All right, first up, as you can see, these are all the different TCGs that we sell at the store. There's a foil and non-foil version, just because of the settings are a little bit different. The other reason why to have different jobs for the different TCGs is this allows when you complete a batch for it to upload to a specific folder so that it doesn't get all mixed up. So first thing, we're just going to go over the settings for non-foil cards. If you right click here, hit edit, this will bring up the job information. Here's where you can name it. If you want to put a description, change the icon. None of that's super relevant, but down here for batch information, the job name is going to be, you can change it to whatever you want. And then the batch counter shows the card number as it's scanned in, and you can change those here and here. It's relatively simple. Now we're going to get into more of the scanner settings. I like to have continuous scan enabled. That allows you to keep adding cards to the scanner while it's going instead of having to stop continuously when you reload it. And I'll show you how to do that towards the end of the video. Resolution you can change right here. 300 DPI is usually, as it says, fine enough for the software to pick up the card images. Now we get to a little bit more complex stuff in the advanced settings. So image mode, you want to have this selected as color, obviously, because most of these cards are going to be in color, not black and gray. Paper source, feeder, back. This really is a personal preference. The way it's set up, I can put the cards face up and get the scans from that way. Resolution, again, you can change this if you want. 300 DPI is fine. You want to make sure, obviously, front back merging is off. That would merge the front and the back of the cards, obviously, into one image, but we only want the front facing. All right, into the image settings. So for the non-foil cards, you want the prioritize color option selected. And again, you can fiddle with these settings, but this is just how I have it. The brightness level right here is fine. Contrast, basically the default settings. The big changes, you want to drop shadow all the way down to 0 and change the highlight to almost max. That's going to give you the best scans. You can also turn on color adjustment, and it'll increase the sharpness if you want. It's not really needed. You can also, sometimes if you're seeing a lot of vertical streaks, you can turn this off, which will slow down your scanning speed. I don't think it's really worth it to have that on. None of these other settings are of import. Page. Cropping. So this is something that's important. You want to have an automatic size selected, and generally I like to use a white background. The output size, you can have a margin of about 2 millimeters is good enough so that you're not going to crop the card image for standard size cards when you scan those in. Oh yeah, and I missed this one right here too. Paper size, this is the standard card size. You can put this in here and that'll reduce the scanning area to just the card image. Close these down. Nothing, we already went over the page. Paper feeding, nothing on here I've changed. These are all default settings. Same with the batch. There are some things you might want to look at, but like I said, all these are just default settings. Output, you can change the compression size if you would like, but 4 works for us. Now, the cool thing that you can do is there is a preview button, and what it allows you to do is obviously see a preview of the card. And from here, you can actually adjust your settings, and it'll show you the effect on your previewed card. So as you can see with the shadow, if we move that up, that's why we pull the shadow all the way, because it's going to darken the card too much. If you pull the highlight down all the way, it washes out the image. So it's good to have that maxed out. But anyway, you can fine tune this to your heart's desire. These settings are perfectly fine for what we need it to do. And I'm just going to cancel this because I already have all my settings accurate. The last thing we're going to look at is the destination. This is the point of having multiple different job types. Because as you can see, the folder for my MTG cards is our Google Drive, card scanner, MTG. And so when I complete a batch, it's going to drop all the cards that I scanned into this folder, which is just helpful to keep organized. Other than that, besides just running a scan, I'm just going to show you what it looks like real quick. I'm just going to put that single card back in. All you have to do, click on MTG cards. It's going to scan in your cards. If there's nothing left in the loader that it detects, it's going to ask you if you want to still continue scanning. You can click this and load more cards, or you hit finish. After that, you can either cancel the batch, suspend it, or complete it. If you hit complete, that's just going to load all those cards into the selected folder. And I'll pull that up real quick so you guys can see that. And these are all cards that we'd scanned in previously, but here is that last card. Easy peasy. All right, next thing we're going to do is just go over the actual physical scanning of the cards real quick, just so you can see that. It's not very complicated. Yeah,